Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. It is one thing that so many people have been abused over the years. I imagine how many grown-ups right now that have been abused as a child, and still mentally traumatized that are functioning right now. But to say that it is okay, for abuse to happen, it's okay for molestation to happen, it's okay, and then for it to be also said that you are born this way. I cannot imagine someone being born into wanting to have an interest on a child. But anyway, here, check this out, and you let me know what you think.
The Dusky case is horrifying, but a CNN.com commentary raises a thought-provoking question. Should pedophiles be extended some measure of sympathy? Are we doing enough to identify and help pedophiles before they victimize our children? Dr. James Cantor wrote that commentary. He is a psychologist and a senior scientist at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto, and he joins us now. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
I want to ask you something, and I know people are going to probably send me a lot of hate mail for this. I've never been one to take glee in anyone's demise, and when I saw Jerry Sandusky walk out in handcuffs, I did kind of feel a bit sorry for him, even though I know the jury found him to do some horrific things. I was like, his life is over. All of these young boys, it was terrible for them as well. There are no winners. In your piece, you say someone has no choice to be a pedophile, but someone can choose to not be a child molester. So explain that to us.
Well, we have to understand very specifically that pedophilia is separate from child molestation. Pedophilia refers to the actual, genuine, underlying sexual interest. For some reason, and we haven't worked out the details yet, there are some people born with a genuine sexual interest in children. They didn't ask for that. Nobody asks to be a pedophile. That just seems to be the case for these people. But that's very different from child molestation, which is a choice. They can't control what they're attracted to, but they can control what they do with those attractions.
So someone was born that way and they can't help themselves, but that's not to make an excuse for their behavior.
Exactly. I mean, they're not responsible for what they're attracted to. They appear to be born with it. We know through a series of brain studies, both from my research group and from other teams, that they're born with slightly different brain anatomy. And the differences that they show are not the kinds of differences that emerge over a lifetime. Rather, they seem to be the kinds of differences where whatever the chain of events it is, that chain of events began before birth. It really had nothing to do with any choice.
So I guess now they have experts that has studied that people are born into liking and loving and having an interest on a child. How about the number of children that has been missing, around the world? We're not talking about that. How about the abuse that's happening? How about I have to woozai because it is not right to normalize and say, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay that your child is going to be abused. It's okay for your child to be molested. It's okay. Like, that is not okay, and by no means at all. It's not okay. It's not healthy. It's not right. So why is the news okaying this? Why? It's one thing when it's being done in the dark, but now it's coming to light and to make it okay, and for us to mentally accept it, like, well, the news said it, I guess it is right, it is okay. It's not right. And then look at what else I found. Just watch this.
Mamy dzisiaj niewątpliwą przyjemność dziękować Wam za Wasz udział w tej imprezie, tym pięknym występem. Powodzenia. Pani Wioleta Tokarz. Moves like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing, hallelujah, your faith was strong, but you needed prayer. You saw your baby come, the beauty of the moonlight, hallelujah. You broke your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips you drew fire.
Now, I have the respect for pole. I have friends that pole, and they do a great job. It's a beautiful art. I mean, it is lovely. It's powerful. It is beautiful. However, it is not for immaturity. It's not for young kids. You cannot tell kids, hey, check this out. Enjoy this, accept this, because if somebody grabs you and says, hey, yeah, perform this act, it's okay. No, it is not okay. It's not okay. If a grown-up wants to enjoy pole, go enjoy pole. But for you to have your children watching this, a child is a sponge. They're going to soak everything up. What? Are you serious? Why? Why? Anyway, so my thing is, we live in a society where there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of confusion. And what do? You know, how do we function? We're in need of love. We are in need of affection. We are in need of a hug. We are in need of embrace. And so any kind of a tiny attention that we get, we're going to run to it. So if your child is not getting enough attention at home, and some pedophile is going to come up and be like, hey, hi. You know, before we used to laugh about the white van with a piece of candy. Now they're telling you straight up, we're coming to get your kid, and we're going to do whatever we want to do to him. And if you see him, oh well. If you don't see him, oh well. That's exactly what's happening right now. So I say all this to say, as hard as it is parenting, because parenting is not an easy job. So kudos to all parents. It is not easy at all. This is the time for you to connect with your child, with your children. And when I say connect, I'm not saying plant fear into them. You know, I'm not saying yell at them. I'm not saying scream at them, but they need to be comfortable to come and talk to you about anything. They need to have a safe place in you, you know, where they can communicate. So that way, at least you have that connection. Because right now, this is the only time that you are going to be able to save your child, save yourself, you know, from having a more of a mental heart attack. Because these people are not playing. They're telling you straight up that this is what they're going to do. They're telling you straight up it's okay. They're telling you straight up it is normal now. This is going to be the normalcy, and it is not. It should not be. So connect with your child. Connect with your children. Let them feel the love and affection through you. Let them feel the closeness and oneness that they can be open and communicate with you, because once there's that division in the house, they're going to run looking for attention somewhere else, you know, and you don't want someone that is not mentally stable to grab your child, grab your children, and have their way with them because of attention. I know it's not an easy process, and I know it's hard. It's already hard as it is just being a parent. But to connect with your child, to connect with your children, it's even harder. But just try, because again, they're telling you straight up that they're coming for yours, and we gotta fight back. Okay. Anyway, share your opinion, share your thoughts, because I welcome any opinion. I welcome any of your thoughts. We're in this together, so let's work together. Let's figure out how to make our moments better. All right. Anyway, one love, big hugs, and until next time, peace already.